What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and I've got some updates for you on what's unfolding with stimulus, Congress, and bills passed overnight. This is your stimulus update. Now, first up, take a look, you guys. Articles coming out like this overnight. Senate sends Biden a bill to avert a federal government shutdown. And that's right, kicking the can down the road again just a little bit, but at least we are avoiding another government shutdown potentially here as they passed this legislation last night. Take a look, you guys. Senate passes a short-term bill to avert a government shutdown, and the Senate passed a bill to avert a shutdown funding the government through March 11th. So that is now the new deadline to avoid a government shutdown, and hopefully, though, they'll be able to get a full year's worth of spending for the government set in place. Now, in addition to that, they also passed another bill yesterday. Take a look at this. U.S. Senate approves resolution for Ukraine, warning Russia. So we've got the United States saying they support Ukraine, saying we do not want a war, and they are warning Russia against this as we're seeing tensions rise, as I reported to you yesterday. Now, in addition to that, what about stimulus and legislation for that? Build Back Better and all of that. Well, right now, as I let you guys know here on the channel, they're working away on Build Back Better, and we're hearing that there could potentially be more phases of stimulus, maybe for small businesses, combating the pandemic. The president has called for an additional $30 billion of spending, and a lot of people are saying, what about fourth or fifth stimulus checks? And we've got $800 billion of leftover funds. That's enough for two $1,400 stimulus checks, a fourth and a fifth. Well, I let you know here on the channel. I'll keep you up to date on whatever unfolds. However, I let you know it's going to be contingent upon the state of the pandemic and the economy. And now new reports are coming out like this. Take a look, you guys. As BA.2 subvariant of Omicron rises, lab studies point to signs of severity. And they are saying there is a mutation of the Omicron variant that they're calling the Omicron stealth, and it is starting to increase. And it is a lot more transmissible and severe. And they're saying there's concerns that this could bring a whole new wave of the pandemic here shortly. Now, I'm going to give you all the details so that way you're caught up on the latest. So let's go ahead and dive right in. But before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, if you appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on everything going on, if you could just smash that like button for me, just takes a second, really helps out my channel a ton. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Leave your comments down below. Share this out if you think it's going to help out other people. And if this is your first time here and you'd like to stay up to date, totally free, all you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and you can come join the Ram fam. I'll keep you up to date on everything going on. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is hop onto Instagram, shoot me a DM at SteveRam3, and also consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in, and let's start off with some video footage of what happened last night in the Senate with them passing another stopgap funding bill to avert a government shutdown.
On this vote, the yeas are 65, the nays are 27. The 60 vote threshold having been achieved, the bill is passed. Senator from Oregon.
Mr. President.
So there you have it, and here's the details. Articles like this coming out. Senate passed a stopgap bill to avert a shutdown ahead of a Friday deadline. The article says the Senate voted on Thursday, yesterday, to pass a stopgap bill to avert a shutdown at the end of the week ahead of a looming Friday deadline when government funding had been set to expire. Now, the House of Representatives, they voted last week on a bipartisan basis to approve the measure known as the Continuing Resolution, or the CR for short, to extend out funding through March 11th. Now that the Senate has passed the measure, it can be sent to President Joe Biden's desk to be signed into law. The bill passed in the Senate by a tally of 65 to 27, as we just saw. Now, lawmakers are also working to lock in a broader full-year spending package because, believe it or not, this is actually an extension of the former administration, former President Donald Trump's government spending. President Biden has not got one set yet. They just keep on extending the previous one, so they need to lock in a full spending for the government. And it says, but they have said that they need more time to finish, and as a result, they needed another short-term funding extension to avert a shutdown at the end of the week. Now, in the Senate, Republican demands and Democratic absentees threatened to complicate the effort to lock in a final vote and brought action down to the wire as the February 18th funding deadline neared. But leaders from both parties projected confidence that there would not be a shutdown, and ultimately a final vote to pass the measure went forward Thursday evening, and they got it done. So don't need to worry about a shutdown for now. We'll worry about it again March 11th, and hopefully by that time they'll have a full spending bill set in place. Now, in addition to that, we also saw the Senate pass another bill. Take a look, you guys. U.S. Senate approves resolution for Ukraine, warning Russia. So United States giving their backing to Ukraine, even though we've heard that it is likely that war is going to be imminent. We heard that from the president yesterday, and I shared with you that we had 29 ceasefire violations from Russia yesterday, and one of those hit a preschool where there was children's toys in a building, but luckily nobody was hurt there. Now, the article says the U.S. Senate voted overwhelmingly Thursday to show unwavering support for an independent Ukraine and condemn Russian military aggression toward its neighbor as fresh fears emerged of a possible invasion that could spiral toward a European war. Action in the Senate came after President Joe Biden said the U.S. has every indication of a potential Russian attack on Ukraine in a matter of days. U.S. officials have outlined stark scenarios of President Vladimir Putin's potential plans as Russian troops remain massed at the Ukrainian border. Now, the resolution from the senators does not carry the force of law, but puts the U.S. legislative body on record with unwavering United States supports for the secure, democratic, and independent Ukraine and denounces the Russian military buildup on Ukraine's border. The vote was unanimous, without objection or a formal roll call. So the United States putting it down on paper. We support Ukraine. Now, as more information rolls out on that, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. Now, here locally, battling the pandemic. Now, we have seen the Omicron wave come and go. It was pretty severe. It seemed like everybody got sick over the winter. I know I got it right on Christmas Day. But you guys, we're hearing that this might not be the end of it. We're hearing a new subvariant is emerging, and they're saying that this one might even be more severe. Take a look, you guys. As BA.2 subvariant of Omicron rises, lab studies point to signs of severity. The BA.2 virus, which is a subvariant of the Omicron variant, isn't just spreading faster than its distant cousin, but it may also cause more severe disease and appear capable of thwarting some of the key weapons that we have against the pandemic, new research suggests. Now, new lab experiments from Japan show that the BA.2 may have features that make it as capable of causing serious illness as older versions such as the Delta variant. And like Omicron, it appears to largely escape immunity created by vaccines. A booster shot restores protection, making illness after infection about 74% less likely. BA.2 is also resistant to some treatments, including this one right here and monoclonal antibodies that currently are being used against Omicron. Now, the findings were posted this Wednesday of this week as a preprint study. It might be, for some humans' perspective, a worse virus than BA.1 and might be able to transmit better and cause worse disease, according to the doctors. So you guys, we're hearing that there could be a new one ramping up, and this one could be more severe and more transmissible. Now, we will see. This is just coming out right now. Now, we will see how the economy is going to be responding to this, how Congress is going to be responding to this. Are we going to need to see mandates put back in place? Will they respond with more stimulus provisions? We will see. I will keep you up to date here on the channel. But you guys, that is the latest. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. And if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps out my channel a ton. If you appreciate the updates, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, totally free to do so. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me again, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.